and welcome to a vlog from a commentator at the TCR Europe Championship. Very, very exciting. The weather is beautiful. The cars have just gone through scrutineering. Free practice 1 is about to start, so we're going to go up to the driver's briefing, have a listen to all the good things that get told to our drivers to make sure they behave themselves over the course of the weekend to come. So, very exciting times. The opening race of the season's always an exciting time for our drivers, for the championship, for the fans at home, and we can't wait to get racing. So let's go and have a look, see what the race director has got to say and what everybody is going to be getting up to over the course of the weekend. Here we are in the drivers briefing room. As you can see, everybody is still to make their way in, so we've got a bit of an opportunity to do a little bit of talking and not disturb too much of the action. But as you can see, everything is starting. This is where the race director will talk to the drivers, will explain to them all the useful things they need to know, where the safety car is going to pick up, where the track limit warning areas are, and just the general procedures that are required over the course of the first race of the season. Everything's new. We've got some new faces, we've got some rookies, we've got some drivers that have not taken part in TCR competition and TCR Europe before. There we go, we can see a few of them starting to come in, so let's find a seat and see what is going to be said over the course of the next half an hour, just ahead of free practice 1 beginning in a little while, which will be the third time the drivers have been out on track in the last few days. We've had a couple of days in testing as well, because we've got new Kumo tyres, so there's a lot of drivers getting their first experience of those, but it's a bit of first official timed competitive sessions. So let's get ready, find a seat, got our bottle of water, ready to go. So there we go, that's the driver's briefing, over and done with. Everybody knows what they need to do over the course of the weekend, and now it's back to the garages, doing some final checks, getting the cars prepared and ready for free practice 1, which will be happening very soon. Next time I speak to you, I'll be heading up to the commentary booth just to do a sound check and get involved in all the little systems to make sure everything's working ahead of qualification tomorrow. Actually, while walking back, I've just got to show you this. This is a little pool in the paddock. How nice is that? Nice little pit building, media centre, paddock area, some seating out there as well, so very nice little setup here at Portimao. Beautiful weather as always, and there we go, that's the media centre, and going to wander back now to the TCR truck, and I will catch you all in a little while. Right, here we are in TCR HQ. This is our little home from home while we're at the races. You can see we've got the truck, some refreshments, some meeting tables where we have our meetings, do our planning, meet some of the drivers as well, of course. And a little bit earlier on this weekend, we were doing the social media images for the drivers, the profiles, the usual things, cheering for victories and disappointment and whatnot. And that goes outside, and again, we've got a little area with our hoardings and signage up, and this is where we do it. In fact, speaking of which, there is a Wild Jack Young, just getting himself prepared for his little media session that he missed earlier on. So that's doing the poses for the website, for the spotter guides. We've got a nice outdoor seating area as well, but it's, again, in this kind of glorious weather, it's just something you really do need to have outdoor and indoor seating. You can hear some cars going around the racetrack. That's one of our support events at this moment, just exiting pit lane, potentially some big GT cars. But as you can see, TCR 10, an area, is a really nice setup. And what's ideal here, next door to that we've also got the scrutineering area. So this is where the cars will go in, they'll get weighed, the drivers will get weighed, we'll make sure that everything is all legitimate and ready to go racing. So you can see that there. So earlier today, on Friday, we had the TCR cars coming in, they were getting weighed, the scrutineers were making sure, just before the driver briefing, that everything is above board and we're all safe and ready to go motor racing over the course of this weekend. Busy paddock, we've got the racetrack just behind us as well. You can hear the cars going round as I speak, hopefully not too loud that you can't hear what I'm saying. So it's things are starting to ramp up now here in Portimao. We're starting to get much more activity. There's a very busy pitch and paddock. We've got media people here, we've got the teams, we've got the drivers. I've seen quite a few of the drivers for the different races that are taking part today as well, walking down, preparing in the way that they need to prepare. You can see that is the back of the paddock behind us. We've got the big DTM trucks, we've got some of the touring cars as well set around here. Sebastian Loeb Racing being right next to our TCR car. That's John Phillippi's car. You can see that one looking resplendent in its new livery as well. So fabulous to have such access to these cars, teams and drivers. For anybody that's here in the Portimao paddock or any of the following races, Le Castellet is our next round in 3 weeks' time at Paul Ricard. So it really is fabulous to see just how accessible these teams and drivers are. There we go, some of the Hyundai cars from our friends at Target Competition, putting the final preparations together before we go out of free practice 1 in just under 1 hour's time. So everybody's getting ready now to go racing. We see the Halder team as well, again heavy in prep, 3 cars here. Mike and Michelle, of course, brother and sister team, getting themselves prepared. Mike on the spanners as well before we go racing. So really great scenes, a lot of activity down in the paddock. Nice set of slick tyres on their way to be bolted on to somebody's car, and yeah, we're having a lovely time. The weather is remaining absolutely perfect. Of course, we've got Kumho tyres this season for the very first time, so that's going to be fascinating to see how those tyres respond. The drivers have not had a significant amount of running, as we see. Look, that's Tom Coronel's car. Can't miss that one in its beautiful yellow livery. So it'll be fascinating to see how the tyres respond to the track conditions, to the weather, and to these new car team and driver combinations. So let's have a look a little bit further around the paddock, and I'll be back with you very shortly indeed.